Good morning. It's day 22 and slept decent. Pretty much just passed right out last night. Thankfully I did not wake up with a worse headache, which does happen when I go to sleep with a headache, so I'm really happy that that didn't come to pass. I'm actually feeling much better. Tired, but much better. So it's about 7 o'clock. We're just eating breakfast and getting things together. And then we'll be heading out. I'm just eating a little breakfast right now, which this morning is keto brick. Not eating the whole thing, just like half for breakfast. And it's really awesome. But yeah, so it's supposed to be cooler today, but we do have a big uphill.
1,200 feet in the first 5 miles, and then we have another 800 feet. I'm probably not doing that part today though.
So we have 5 miles till our first water, and we're at a water source now. So we're just gonna.
So we don't have to carry much.
We're just gonna drink, you know, a good amount.
Drink a lot and carry a liter.
Yeah.
Maybe a liter and a half.
And I'm gonna be really pushing on electrolytes and liquids and food today, hoping that that headache stays away. Yeah, that's pretty much our only update. We're gonna be, I think, heading to Mike's place either late today, depending on the mileage, or tomorrow.
Probably tomorrow.
So, probably tomorrow. But looking forward to it. I've been hearing a lot of great things about it, especially this year. So, alright, I'll check in once we're up and good to go.
There are seriously some of the biggest mosquito eaters ever here. You see that? He's like half the size of my hand. That's ridiculous.
Look at the beautiful baby. He's so pretty. And really could not care that I'm here. Hi, sweetheart. So we've just come a couple miles, actually just like that 0.2 to the next campground. And we're just stopping for a bathroom break and to shove a little bit more food and water in our mouths and keep on rolling. It's been really beautiful today. Kind of difficult to find the trail this morning. Out of camp it was perfectly fine, and then we get to the river, or the little like stream crossing, but it was it was either take off our shoes and go across or get our shoes wet, or we had to kind of like go off this tiny little side trail and like rock hop across, which was not the easiest, just because all the rocks were super sandy and wet and slippery. But we made it across and we get to the trail and we keep on going, and then it turns again and suddenly we're in the riverbed, a dry portion of it, but then just a little bit to our right was the river again. And so we're like, and so we pull out gut hooks and we're looking and we're like, gut hook says we're a little off trail, but we're looking around and there's no trail. And we're like, we're just gonna walk up the riverbed a little bit and see if we can find it. So we walked up and we were seeing footprints on all sides of us, like on one side of the bank, on the other side of the bank, in the riverbed itself. So apparently we're not the only ones who were like, what's happening here? But we get a point where we're like, hey, that looks like a trail. It's not marked, but we're assuming it's the PCT. And Gut Hooks is like, yeah, you're kind of off trail, but you're not. Granted, when you're out here with no signal, Gut Hooks takes a little bit to, takes a few moments to update and be accurate. So I'm guessing that it's off trail message was it just not updating properly. I don't know how it works. Our phones are in airplane mode, but it still works. So, as long as we know where we're going. But so, found the trail, found the tent sites. So we've only come like 0.2 today for the moment, but we're hoping for about 8 miles. And it's been pretty easy trail this morning, but we have a massive climb to do. So, and it's about 9:30 right now. Got out of camp late because we woke up at 6:30, but we are just slow in the mornings because we like wake up and then we sit up and drink some water and then we eat some breakfast and then, you know, like it's just, we need to get better at learning how to really pack up quick and go. But it's cool for the moment. We have lots of tree cover, so, and it's supposed to be cooler overall today, so the hope is that that will be a lifesaver and won't be crazy hot. And if it is, then we'll just do a siesta in the middle of the day and finish off the last few miles to camp in the afternoon. Alright, I think we are pretty much ready to go, so I'll check in down the road. So we just crossed another stream, or likely the same stream in a different area. And this is where we've been hiking today. This is reminding us a lot of Silver Falls State Park in Oregon. Just water and lots of beautiful big rocks. And just like nice trees, shade. All in all, just really beautiful morning. So we're just over a mile away from water and it's about 12:30. And I was just remarking about the fact that we're, you know, totally becoming animalistic out here. We're hiking pretty exposed at the moment and we saw this rock. There's just a tiny little bit of shade and we're like, hey! And so we like curl up with the rock trying to keep out of the sun. It's definitely cooler today, but we are discussing just heading on into Mike's today instead of splitting it up. So that'd be like overall
12 plus miles.
12 or woo,
Yeah,
my
about 12.
bag is a bit extends further than I'm used to. But like a 12-13 mile day today. Corey's having kind of a rough morning and I'm tired, but we're just thinking for morale and just pushing a little bit more, doing the last like 8 or 9 miles into Mike's today. So that's on the topic of discussion at the moment. But yeah, it's really beautiful today. Just been climbing. Pretty easy terrain, but it is a lot of switchbacks up. So, been a nice day, nice breeze, but we're also hot and tired. And I'm trying to stay massively hydrated today. So, which means I'm looking forward to water because we are, I'm like almost out, but we're not too far from water, so I'm not worried about it, but looking forward to lunch. All right, I'll probably check in later. Almost to camp, but I wanted to show the view. Gained a bit of altitude, but we have essentially been climbing up and up and up and up and up. for the last all day. So we are quite literally just around the corner from our break site, where we're gonna have lunch, probably take a quick nap, and then grab some water, which is 0.2 off trail. And then we'll probably figure out what our plan is from there, because we've been talking about hitting Mike's, but we don't know. We're just kind of playing it by ear today, seeing what we feel like. So, alright, I'll check in when we're at the tent site. So we made it to the tent site, and then water is just that way where that pole is. Like, it's
That direction.
0.2 off trail, but there was no shade when we got here. So we improvised. And it's working quite well. Just held up by some branches and each other. And it's blocking out most of the sun, which is blessedly wonderful.
Desperately needed.
Yeah, so we are going to cook some food, maybe take some naps, drink some water before we keep on trucking. So lunch today is a Knorr rice sides Spanish rice with peppers. I added like 3 things of Tillamook cheddar cheese, a Taco Bell hot sauce, and a Tapatio hot sauce packet. So, and I have been like massively disgusted by everything Knorr since like day 3. But this is actually decent. So I like put half as much water as it asked for, and like made sure that the like rice and pasta blend didn't overcook, and then like mixed it all up, added the cheese, added the hot sauces. I might add a little bit of like olive oil just to give it a little extra fat. And then I'm gonna have it, I wish I had like tortillas to put this in, that would make it so much better, but I don't. So I'm going to actually eat it with these pepperoncini kettle chips. Should be decent. Good evening. I wasn't able to film anything for the last several hours because my phone died. And
Murderer.
my brick to charge it up was way down in my pack, so I wasn't going to explode my pack everywhere just to get my my brick out right before camp. So
Murderer.
we did a 8-mile day today, and it was like a 2,000-foot game or something. We were climbing pretty much all day long. It wasn't as hot as it was yesterday, but it was a pretty grueling climb. Beautiful.
The beginning sucked.
Absolutely gorgeous, but it was a pretty grueling climb. And we are decently tired, like feeling physically pretty good. But towards the end of it, I was just slowing way down without intentionally slowing down because I was ready for bed. We're camped near a bunch of other people, but when we got here, like almost all the campsites were gone, taken. And so we have this itty bitty little tent site right on trail. Like, if we moved, yeah, trail.
That's trail.
As in, Corey can't stake out his vestibule because it would be out in the trail. It would block trail. And it was pretty much the only tent site available today, unless we wanted to night hike and get to Mike's place really late. So we just decided to set up camp here and do the last like 4 point whatever miles to Mike's.
4.6, I want to say.
4.6?
4.8 with that 0.2 offshoot, so.
To Mike's place tomorrow morning, and I hear that they do pancakes in the morning.
And pizza at night.
That I'm looking forward to. So tomorrow's probably going to be in Nero. We're just going to go to Mike's place, hang out, and then we'll set out pretty early the day after. So we're pretty tired, and it's getting dark really quickly, as you can tell. So I'm just going to gnaw on a bit of my keto brick that I started this morning and
What are you talking about?
pass out.
Living the dream. I haven't been in a cubicle today. This looks fucking great. Oh god.
I don't know if you can hear any of that, but yeah.
Best life ever.
Alright, so I think that's pretty much all my update. My feet are kind of aching right now, but generally feeling good, just tired. So I am going to stop blabbering, and I will talk to you all tomorrow. Have a good night.